in between. So that is definitely...
Yes, 100%, because I'm very fortunate that I had my entire family support, chronological order-wise. Back in the state, back in Telugu, a lot of people know, back in the south, because not many people all over the country in the national, the national audience know. My grandfather was an actor. He was a comedy actor, and he played around 1,000 feature films, which is a huge number. It's one of the highest in the country. And my dad is a very well-known producer.
Yes.
He's a very popular, one of the biggest producers in the south. His name is Allu Arjun. He's made around some 50, 60, 70 films. And then my uncle, who's a megastar, Chiranjeevi, who's one of my greatest, who's also one of my greatest inspiration, and the person who probably had one of the biggest impacts on me. When you have so many stars like this in the family, it humbles you in many ways, and also it's very, very helpful when you have a support system from a family. I think a lot of my credit, I would give it to my family. I'm not a self-made guy. I'm made by everybody's help. I've taken the help of my directors, my audience, my producers, my technicians, my family, my fans. I'm not a self-made guy. I have received help from each and everybody, and I will unapologetically take help as much as possible to grow. Thank you.
So Arjun, that brought me to the third X factor. You just expressed it, that humility and humanity. These two define you to a large extent. You're a family man, very close to your family. You're the friend of friends. And your sense of belonging with the fans we just described. How important do you think for a star like you to have their feet grounded?
Absolutely very necessary. Cutting across at every level, because even when I make a film, for example, I'm going to wait, for me, the key is I'm going to watch this family. One of the reasons I would attribute my films to have a wide reach is because I make it for an entire family audience of all sectors, from a newborn, not just a newborn, I meant to say from a very young child to probably 80 plus. I would want everybody to watch the film, and I keep that in my mind because I have people of that age group in my family. And those are my checkpoints. I see through that, the hope the scene is not too obscene so that my 5-year-old son is not watching it, because I will be making a film that I will be watching it with my family. So I think that aspect of having a family member at every age has made me understand what the audience want. And I think a large part of understanding what the audience want comes from my family.
Excellent, Arjun. So,
thank you.
Physical attributes, mindset, X factor.
I don't know if that made sense for you.
Yeah.